obsession with it. So.
And let's explain to people like what VistaVision is, why this is a special thing, and why it was created when it was created.
Well, it was Paramount's answer to CinemaScope. That's what it's most famously known for, and it was an 8x horizontal format when people were shooting films vertically in a 35mm 4x format. Paramount turned things on the side and shot horizontally in an 8x image, which gave you a large format image in the 1950s. So it was really sort of the 4K HDR or 8K of its time. And the format ended up inspiring IMAX, which is what's kind of great that we're here in an IMAX theater. Yeah.
And I hope you appreciate how many of you people I can't see you, so by just applauding, how many people saw Charlotte's presentation? I'm going to give you the VistaVision for Dummies. We're going to give you that version of the talk.
I think you should give it.
I mean, I hope you understand, like when we talk about the 4x versus 8x, if anybody who has operated a movie camera, the film goes through the camera vertically. When it's projected in the movie theater, it goes through on reels vertically. VistaVision doesn't. It runs horizontally. I was stunned in your presentation to learn that the original technology for this was designed in 1921. That's amazing. So give the thumbnail sketch of how this all happened.
I mean, a lot of the widescreen processes from the 1950s were all based on processes from the 1920s. I mean, that's actually when the original widescreen war happened. A lot of people just know about the 1950s. Craig Barron, he's probably not in the audience. He's probably at AFI because he's friends with Francis Ford Coppola. Oh, he's here! He's here!
He can't get enough VistaVision.
You won't tell Francis you're not there. He made me cut all those slides for time, which is good. But all of those formats, they were all based on things that were done in the 1920s. So I don't know if a lot of people know that. Now I've kind of lost track what I was talking about.
No, it's just like, so they invented VistaVision to compete with CinemaScope, but it's so fascinating how when you showed slides of these prototype cameras that looked like something I would build, imagining that I could shoot a movie or something.
Yeah.
So just give a little credit to the folks who deserve credit for having the foresight to do this, and like a Loyal Griggs or someone like that.
Yeah, Lauren L. Ryder, who was the chief engineer at Paramount, and John Bishop, who was the head of the camera department, are really the unsung heroes of the VistaVision story. So I was really singing their praises at the presentation because they're not names that you hear about a lot. So those are the guys that I really think need to be more well known. Just studio people that you don't really hear about a lot. And they both won Technical Academy Awards for inventing VistaVision in 1955.
And so how many people saw Mildred Pierce today? Interesting connection between Mildred Pierce and the movie that you're about to see. Same director, Michael Curtiz, same screenwriter, Ronald McDougall. And it's interesting because Michael Curtiz directed the first VistaVision movie. Tell us about that.
White Christmas.
Well, that was White Christmas, another Christmas VistaVision movie. It's like the Christmas VistaVision King. And the fact that was the first VistaVision film was really sort of luck of the draw. It was just in production at the right time and just happened to go when the VistaVision camera was taped and ready to go. If you saw the presentation, you would have seen a picture of the prototype VistaVision camera, which at the time was still called the Lazy 8 camera, which was, if you can imagine, a camera that had a lot of gaffer black tape on it. And I mean, this doesn't look like anything you would want to put $1 million behind, but for some reason Paramount did at the time. So that was the first film ever shot in the Lazy 8, soon to be called VistaVision format, and then he followed it up a year later by doing Reno Angels.
And Lazy 8, I'm assuming it's because the film magazine is shaped like an 8.
Well, that's one of the stories. The other is that it was 8 perforations, and then Lazy because it was on its side. There's actually, there's 2 versions of the story of why it's called the Lazy 8. And I love that you actually said the other one, because most people just assume it's the 8 perf.
No, I see. When I look at the film camera, it's like I see the Mickey Mouse ears, you know, and it's the shape of an 8, and it's on its side. So I said, well, that's what lazy 8 means. So stupid me.
No,
Show you how non-technical I am.
Not stupid at all.
Okay.
Because there's 2 stories on why it's called the lazy 8, because it's, you know, the infinity 8 or the 8 perks. So
You're telling me I was the smart version.
it was the path less traveled version.
Less traveled.
Yeah.
So what were some other, you said, you know, there were a lot of not great movies shot in VistaVision, but no, I'm not going to say, but there were a lot of not great movies shot in the 1950s, so it was just luck of the draw. But like Alfred Hitchcock, To Catch a Thief is a VistaVision movie, Vertigo's a VistaVision movie, those are fabulous films. So why did VistaVision fade?
Well, there's so many reasons. I mean, Panavision, for one, got really popular, and it was cheaper, and film stock was just cheaper. And I mean, they just couldn't justify shooting in VistaVision anymore. There were a lot of memos that came out that would say, hey, we spent X amount to shoot in VistaVision. We would have saved this amount of money if we hadn't shot in VistaVision, wink, wink. So I think that sort of killed the format.
So it's the typical Hollywood story. The bean counters came in and said, this is
Exactly.
So it's very interesting because let's give extra credit, not just to you, Charlotte, but what makes this screening so special is because VistaVision was shot with this fabulous new technology, but the secret to it was it could be reduced down so it could be shown on a normal 35mm projector.
Right.
Tonight, however, we're actually seeing it.
Right, and it's native 8 per format. And as a bonus, this film, we are going to hear it with a Perspecta audio soundtrack. So you're getting like double whammy here. Yeah, the people that are clapping know what's up. You know. So Perspecta was a 3-track stereo system, and it was sort of their, it was their attempt at stereo. So you're really going to notice it. There's a scene in the beginning where there's a guy on a horse-drawn cart or a donkey-drawn cart. And you're going to notice the sound starts over here and then it goes over there. Or you're going to notice someone speaking off camera and their audio's over there. So you're going to notice all that stuff. It was an attempt at stereo, and you're going to hear it that way, which was not something that was heard very often. So this is even more special because of that. So you guys are extremely lucky.
We're actually seeing this in the projectors. Actually finding VistaVision projectors was a big deal as well.
Yes. So again, round of applause for everybody at Boston Light and Sound. Audio and Liz Kirsty at Paramount for the audio work that they did. So this was a collaboration of a lot of people, a lot of months of work went into this. So.
But you were the spearhead. You were the spearhead, Charlotte.
I'm the nosy one that found the prints in the archive.
That's what
the annoying VistaVision person in the archive.
That is what it takes. See, because this is the thing. You may think that this is so big that like this stuff just happens, but it all happens because there are individual people who have a passion for it and they make it happen. So you are here in the theater tonight watching this movie because of this woman.
Yay!